the noise about the airplane rides with his girlfriend. He doesn't like a lot of stuff, but I think Eugene puts his finger on the right pulse here, and that is his base loves him. Now, the only little tweak with the base is there's still this little Epstein thing that Kash Patel was out there banging the drums for them. That's gone silent. But the reality of it is Kash Patel ain't going nowhere until he tripwires the base and Donald Trump at the same time.
This is the reception hall. It usually handles scheduled low-threat anomaly
just
cases.
broke that story on Kash Patel and MS Now legal analyst Mary McCord, who's breaking all kinds of stuff too. She served as Principal Deputy Assistant Attorney General at the Justice Department, and
Are
she's
these
the
numbers
co-host of MS Now
related to anomaly fluctuations in the city?
Yes.
Carol,
The Wertheimer Index measures how much an object deviates from reality.
I want to read from your
By
story
monitoring the changes in the Wertheimer Index across different areas,
Patel
we can
has walled
respond
himself
to
off
emerging
from some
anomalies.
senior bureau leaders this week in the wake of multiple media reports that raised red flags.
Wertheimer
about
Index
his
in the
leadership,
half
according to three
strongly
people familiar with his
fluctuates,
recent
and
actions.
6 won't
Two
last
of the
very
people
long.
told MS Now that the director
Oh, man,
ordered
just
the
a class
polygraph this
five?
week
I thought I
of the
could
former
finally
and
have
current
some
security
fun.
detail members, as well as several
go ahead.
information technology
See you at
staff.
the
And read
site.
something else. Sorry, producers. The FBI director demanded the polygraph examinations to determine if any members of the team that accompanies him on his travels or staff will have access to sensitive details about his decisions have communicated
None of your
with
business.
reporters. That seems like the gist of this all. Doesn't that happen sometimes? There are leaked investigations. I've heard some of my sources in the past get leaked investigations on them, but all of this feels a little fishy, I think, to people.
You know, there are leak investigations. I've written about some of them. I think my reporting has been, I know my reporting has been the subject of some. Under administrations, Republican and Democrat. The difference was material that I wrote about that was the subject might have been classified or was about a wiretap,
Miss
incredibly
Nellie,
sensitive that
about the
triggers
new
immediate leak
containment safety
investigation.
protocol exam.
In this case,
I'll
there's
go take
no
it tomorrow.
indication that this
Seeing you
material
so
is
spirited,
classified.
Mint,
It's
puts my mind at
unflattering
ease.
and humiliating
Is this
to
an
Kash
anomaly for
Patel.
temporary
And
containment?
as we've reported in MS Now, especially with the help of my
The
colleague Ken
troublesome one
Zelanian,
sent over by a senior colleague.
all of
They
these
haven't
news
found a way
stories
to nullify
really
it
get
yet.
under Donald Trump's skin. He doesn't
The
like
higher-ups
bad
told me to
press.
put it in Teflon for now.
You're right about the base. That'll be the
Hey,
killer.
are you the
but
newcomer?
this
Hello.
annoys him and has
Welcome to our
serially
team at the
led
Bureau of
the
Anomaly
White House
Control.
to reach out to Patel and his
Hey,
team
wanna join
and say,
CSU?
cool
Stick
it.
with me in Unit 2. You'll be in
So
good
these
hands.
humiliating stories
Mint,
are really causing
this is the
him, according to
director's guess.
sources that called me over the last 24 hours, to hit the panic
Just
button.
kidding.
Here,
You're
I
the
just want to underline
director.
that first line that Eugene read from Carol's reporting, which was that Patel
But
walled
if you ever want to join the
himself
CSU,
off from some
feel free to
senior
ask me
bureau
for a
leaders.
recommendation letter.
In a crisis,
All right.
how often have you watched a leader cope
Let's
by
go.
walling themselves off from the very people who ought to be acting as their allies?
I mean, well, certainly it's not something that the FBI director should do, but he at this point appears to be so paranoid about people around him potentially leaking unflattering information, like Carol said, that I guess, at least according to this reporting, that's one of the things he wants to probably keep making that circle smaller and smaller and smaller. But suppose we have a
Could never get my eyes away
suppose
from
we
her.
have a terrorist
Looks
attack,
like they're
suppose we
heading out on a
have,
mission.
you know, a hostage
Anomaly
situation,
somewhere.
suppose we have any of the numerous things that come in at the FBI that require the director to make decisions, and it means the director has to have the best information. I mean, I spent 3 years going to meetings with the FBI director every morning of the week to get the latest on everything that was happening. And in that room was the director, the deputy director, the assistant director for counterterrorism and for counterintelligence, and the people from the Department of Justice. Suppose the director for Shell, who I don't even think has those meetings anymore, just, you know,
It says
walls
everyone
himself off
has a unique
from all of
scent,
these people.
and she
Like,
likes to
you're not
nickname
gonna get
people
good
based on what she
decisions being
smells.
made.
To
And
her,
also
you
just to
probably
go back
smell
to Carol's point about these polygraphs, like there are internal leak investigations that you can do for internal discipline, but a criminal investigation, like we've heard with respect to the reporter at the Atlantic, that can only be if there's a crime. And leaking information about Kash Patel drinking is not a crime. It's not classified. It's not even confidential. It's not even law enforcement sensitive, right? It is just unflattering. And so I worry about some misuse of investigative
escorter from
authorities
Groff
when I hear
Island
things
has
like that.
finally learned to be
So I
punctual.
need some Carolinic reporting.
This should be our first
you
official
have
meeting.
You've been knocking
Let's skip
it
the boring
out of the
pleasantries
park,
and get straight to the point.
Getting to the real meat of what's happening here in town, and sort of
7 weeks ago,
clarifying for a lot of people out
Helios
there,
experienced a
not
Class
just
7
the
anomaly
dysfunction
disaster,
that
hypervortex.
city
You appeared with an unknown
in
anomaly,
the context
both
of why this
undetectable by
government
the
is
word
functioning the way it is functioning.
We have never seen anything like this. The hypervortex was gone, and Code Zero disappeared as well.
What
You
Patel
who were
is
brought back
doing,
from
it
the city.
animates what
Have no
others are
memory of
doing.
anything before
And I think Jack Smith really kind of, called
During
that
your
out
observation
a
on
little
Groff
bit
Island,
with
you
respect to
called
Todd
it the
Blanche's role in this
Zero,
a little bit more.
your past.
He noted, hopefully the Attorney
I still
General is
have no
looking
memory
at
of
what he's
anything
done,
before.
including some of the crooked and corrupt
After the
practices that he was
hypervortex
attempting to
incident,
use
the
in
Code
his
Zero
case
reappeared
against
briefly.
me. Trump wrote on social media earlier this year.
You,
He
having
said
faced
whether
it
to
at the
prosecute
scene,
Smith
should
now
understand
rests
its
with Todd
difficulty
Blanche,
that
the
due to
acting
your
Attorney
unique
General.
connection
He served
and keen
as
perception of
defense
anomaly
lawyer in
existence.
cases brought by
We
Smith.
hope we could join efforts in containing Code Zero.
For the real
This
job.
contract is both a shackle and an opportunity for you.
Dysfunction is how very, very small men and women make themselves smaller for Donald Trump. And if you want to remain Donald Trump's little pet, then you
Perhaps
have to
through
behave
pursuing
and
Code
perform a
Zero,
certain way
you may uncover the
into Todd
past.
Blanche. And so what is your reporting telling you? You're talking to people, the sources, what are they telling you about this next level that we're about to go into? Because Blanche is going to get the job, I think, at the end of the day.
Once
he's
the
just doing
contract
too
is
much,
signed,
too good for Trump right now. For Trump to
is
say,
locked in.
why don't you stand on the sidelines and sort of govern all of this from over there? I think he wants him in the mix. What is your reporting telling you?
So our reporting from inside the building, I have to say, some incredibly brave people at all polygraphs, right? Still willing to speak to us, and thank you out there, all of you. Is that Blanche is auditioning hard for the job. I don't think that's now a mystery, but what they are saying are the specific things and steps he has taken have put pleasing
Since
Donald
Code
Trump
Zero is
into
undetectable
overdrive.
by the
For example,
Wertheimer
last
Index,
week,
we
Ken
cannot
and I
predict when or
reported
where it
that
will. What we can
the
speculate
seashell
is that it is
case,
highly
I like to
likely
call
to
it
be
the
drawn
seashells
to a
on the
number
beach
that
case,
reappears.
because it sounds like a
We need
dream.
to hand it together. But in the
The seashells on the beach
meantime, you can
case
settle in and work.
was actually completely on ice when Yolanda was the Attorney General. She didn't think the case was that strong.
Well, being an antique shop,
felt
it's
that the
actually
line
team
on this case against former FBI directors and people who have their legs that have been cast with
and
major
will
issues.
contain the nullification. No.
I don't
Blanche,
exist
as soon as Wanda was fired in April, he put that
Consider it a thank you for helping nullify the
overdrive and
hypervortex.
immediately sped that up.
Living in Heifer
And
Nelly
within
sent
days,
him off.
he was indicted in the Eastern District of North Carolina by the son of a very respected federal judge down there who is the interim
Initiate crisis response protocol.
that are really on
IDV unit for containment.
For example, saying "I love you, sir." That's not the norm. That's a little weird. I'm pretty sure
Containment
never
breach.
said that. And the attorney
Anomaly 33707 in breach.
Hi there, everyone. It's Laura Bob New York. A stark reminder that we do not live in normal times up on Capitol Hill today. That would have just been a normal routine budget hearing.
I knew it. Recontain it as soon as possible.
Sorry, Director.
Though it's a low-threat anomaly, underestimating it will still lead to consequences.
We want to show you the very first line of questioning Kash Patel faced from Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen.
I really don't care about your personal life so long as you are able to perform your public and official responsibilities, which are also responsibilities.
Is this another
Multiple
dimension?
reports, including reporting by The Atlantic, have alleged episodes of excessive drinking, unexplained absences, and behavior that concern current and former FBI and DOJ officials. You have publicly denied
Yes.
those allegations and filed
You seem
a
troubled.
defamation lawsuit. So today, as you
You're the
testify
best.
before Congress, is it your testimony that those allegations are categorically false?
This anomaly has strong spatial abilities.
So there have been no occasions during your tenure personnel were unable to
I'm getting a headache.
Absolutely not. You can ask my entire workforce. They hear from me at every single hour of the
The key
day.
to contain
As do
or
these great
nullifying
gentlemen
an
here,
anomaly
as
is
do the
called a
men and women, the
nexus.
interagency and state
It's usually related to the anomaly.
Unless they're destroyed, the
Usually what nexus your nexus to be waking or located here, is that right?
nope, it's a total farce. I don't even know where you get this stuff, but it doesn't make it better because you say so.
I'm not saying it, Director Patel.
He has never worked in our organization.
You are literally saying it.
No,
Make
I'm
sure you
saying that these are
explain
reports, Director Patel.
You're running a $7,000 bar tab at the lobby bar. It's now been filed by your own
This goes to show
during the day. That's examples of
Oddities.
by
They
basis
often appear with other types of anomalies.
Media.
Don't
the
worry,
fact
Coco.
that you
I'll
mentioned
protect
that
you.
indicates
Leave it to me.
don't know what you are talking about.
Extraordinary, even by today's Trumpian reorganizing as normal. It's a reminder of how the FBI would act in ordinary circumstances. Take a listen to Donald Trump's first director of the FBI, program yesterday. And he asked him about his branded auto What is Kash Patel's deal? He just was reported to have made Kash Patel with the S is a $sign and his name is on an FBI in prison, bottle of bourbon. Did you have bourbon?
I did not.
No? This is
Or a $sign in my name.
This is what Kash Patel gives out on behalf of America's premier law enforcement agency. What is that?
Turn it!
Senator Van Hollen is not the only lawmaker to bring up all of the alleged chaos with the FBI. Here's Senator Patty Murray.
Your job is to be reachable. And I know Senator Van Hollen asked you about this, but I gotta say, if you want to pass out liquor or pop bottles in a locker room, stick to podcasting.
Leave it to me.
Leave law and order to people who really do care about justice and appearances.
The hearing is still happening, and we will dip into it and return to it if questioning there justifies that or if any news is made. FBI Director Kash Patel confronted about recent reports about the chaos he has created on his watch. It's where we begin today with senior investigative reporter
Let's try to see if there's a reaction in the container.
He's a former special agent at the FBI, now a senior lecturer at Yale School of Global Affairs. And with me here at the table, legal analyst Christy Greenberg. She's a former criminal division deputy chief at SDNY and the host of the YouTube show Courtside. Carolyn, let me start with you on Kash Patel being confronted with some of the recent news accounts
Amazing
about
intuition.
your thoughts.
If I had even half of that, I
thought
could
it
even
was
become an
interesting
anomaly
for
hunter,
interesting
maybe 3 times as
Minnesota kind of
5
uses
times more than
the
here.
interesting way for him to start to claim that Chris Van Hollen
Focus on the task and stop fooling around.
As a result of alcohol-fueled nights or been unreachable as a result of this. It really didn't. He said it was false, but didn't
Need to find the nexus on the meter. It would take too long. The space manager superposition. The space is changing again.
Delaney and have written about activities by Kash Patel that have disturbed and worried FBI agents. And in almost every case, the FBI, via the director or the spokesperson, have denied these things as absolutely false. And I watched Patel deny all these things as absolutely false that I personally know to be true. For example, that at his direction, numerous agents were polygraphed within the security detail. Those both who have been and are currently on
No signs of the nexus here either.
ordered to be polygraphed last week.
Let's keep searching.
He said that wasn't true, and I know from our sourcing and other materials that it is. So it worries me to see this kind of pushback, but I understand from the sources we have inside the FBI and the Justice Department that Kash Patel is really trying to put down all of this reporting and squelch squelch it because his job is really on the line.
Let me just make sure I understand what you're saying. Did he lie before Congress today?
You know, I would like to pause before I say that.
It feels unstable here.
That at his direction, agents were polygraphed.
Yeah,
No, I don't
I can smell it
I
too.
watched him today say that it was not true that these polygraphs were
So let me bring you in on this. The first thing I thought when I saw the first exchange was I thought about all the pardon reporting that we have, and that these people are operating in a way that is very clearly in response to the
Splinter and fracture!
that whole person is into the things that they needs to be able to have confidence for Congress was, you know, one person would know. And I had the initial reaction that he was denying things that were sourced in stories that Carol and Ken's awesome number of sources. Basically smear all that reporting as false.
Well, Nicole, the primer or your blue defense is never really a great defense, but it's unbecoming, I think, for the director of
What's your status?
You know, the FBI.
The oddities are getting tougher.
Sticking straight to the facts,
No match
answering
for us.
straightforwardly. We did not see that.
Looks like we're getting closer to the
To
Nexus.
your point, Nicole, what we're seeing, I think, is a manifestation of
If you still can't nullify the anomaly after logging onto the Nexus, try to contain it. Don't waste a second.
If he were to not tell the truth under oath, what enforcement is there? I think we can expect that all of these people are going to have pardons on their way out the door. I think that's what you're getting at. So there's no real incentive here, and you know that's what that's being built.
Warriors can't take it anymore.
I just want to add
We're getting closer to the source of all this noise.
signature bourbon bottles, etc. I think what we're seeing with these cabinet officials is what we see with Trump, which is there's no ability to see that what the organization is running is separate from themselves. It is that, you know, for Patel, the key is ignorant. And so, you know, when we talk about name on everything, having coins, bourbon bottles, I just think there's a lot of merch that FBI is branded. I've never seen anything with an FBI director on it. Maybe a day but so I think it's just a whole culture that we're seeing manifest right now.
Let me show all of you two pieces of sound. This is Captain Patel's response to pushing up morale. And this is Brian Driscoll reacting to the press
Splinter and fracture!
Better when I go across the country and I talk to the line agents and the intelligence analysts and professional staff. I travel around the country, I talk to our state and local partners. They tell me one thing resoundingly: we're finally going to do the work that there has to do with the resources that we needed to get the job done. And that's what this administration is focused on.
There was never any specific allegations or accusations coming from Obey that, okay, these people
I can
on this
feel it's
list
different from the
committed
surroundings.
some kind of legal or policy violation.
In the lawsuit, it says that Beauvais told you that an allegation of misconduct was not necessary for him.
Then this must be it. Imagine if I nullify an anomaly even the seniors couldn't.
When that request was made,
Wouldn't it be more
take it
impressive
in.
than them?
Yeah,
Like,
okay,
we call them
tell me more why.
I'll assist you fully.
Cultural rock in the
Thanks in
FBI.
advance.
That was a phrase they
You're as
used,
warm as a
cultural
cup
rock.
of hot
Yes.
cocoa on a winter
All
day.
these other uninformed and wrong opinions.
So everything that I have read about Brian Driscoll's support suggests that he is sort of an agent. Anyone that they attempts to make his job to protect those around him seems to be the motivating factor for most of it. Was this very sort of
this act exists to help people. If you slip on a banana peel and a fell off, you're able to get compensated with your
My mistake. Be careful. Splinter and fracture. Perfect timing.
Okay, Ken Delaney, you got some new reporting yesterday. I was curious about the stats that I was rattling off in answering various senators, Senator Lisa Clay, Senator Kennedy.
Everything was fine. Why do you get angry all of a sudden?
Laminating seats and controlling the front staff. Under his leadership, we found out about it.
Hey, Carol Lenning and I were curious about that too, in part because we have reporting that raised questions about some of these stats. And we just got the story on NSNet.com that says in part that one of the reasons that the FBI is saying that they doubled violent crime stats from 2025 to 2024 is because they're counting, for example, arrests via immigration with the FBI.
Let me show you my secret move.
And they're also counting arrests
Super duper ultra 360. Rolling.
where an FBI agent actually those arrests did not get counted before. So it's not comparing apples to apples. The FBI insiders were saying this is a blatant attempt to pad the stats.
Stubborn thing.
And Capital,
It
again,
won't be
was
nullified
using
no
this as a
matter
way
how
to
much I attack it.
distract
Looks like we'll have to contain
ask
it.
people to look away from these questions about his personal conduct and the major policy changes being made in the FBI.
Now that I look at it,
Reporting
it's actually quite...
Cass Patel has said over and over again that the FBI has had great success under his tenure capturing fugitives on the vaunted 10 most wanted lists that's been around for decades.
Wait, what? It's
We looked
nullified?
into this. We
What
found out
happened?
that
How did that
of the 6
happen?
people who were captured from the most wanted list during Cass Patel's tenure,
Just
4
because
of
I
them were
complimented
captured
it?
the same month they were placed on the list. And 2 of them were captured within 24 hours. And when we started talking to people about it, what we learned is that
Thank you,
essentially the
Mr.
FBI is
Picture
gating the
Frame.
system, according to insiders. They are putting people on the list, elevating people to that list that they know are about to be captured. In one
You
case,
handled the
a
situation
fugitive in
well.
Mexico was captured an hour and 13 minutes after being placed
Take
on the
him to
list.
Ava
Of course,
later.
to mount a complex operation to capture a fugitive in Mexico
going to
takes
work
longer
as a
than an hour
tourism
to plan. So they knew that was underway, and they put this person on the list. And then Cass Patel goes out and says, hey, we're way better than the Biden administration.
Tourism will capture me again. I will
They're
die.
capturing these fugitives. No one is disputing that. It's just the idea that Cass Patel is boasting this is somehow
The miscontainment
feathering
breach
his
will
cap
count
of
towards
the
your
FBI
performance.
director because of these stats that really don't pan out. It's just
Please allow me to take company.
Why Republicans are going along with this. There are the FDA, serious political allegations.
No time to waste. Let's go.
I mean, why aren't they even asking about it?
Because he works for Donald Trump.
Take
And
this.
they don't want to pick
We'll
a
use
fight
it
with
to
Donald
contact
Trump in the middle of primary season. And I also suspect that they're not having the same issues with Cash Patel and the FBI that they are, let's say, over at the Defense Department with Pete Hegseth. There's been a lot of rumbling behind the scenes among
His
Republicans
instincts
that
with
they're not getting what
anomalies is
they
even
need
stronger
out of
than
the
in his
Defense
records.
Department so that they can help the Defense Department from their point of view. But I think Republicans, for now, are generally happy with
We'll leave it
how
to
the
you.
FBI is running.
Hope that
and
won't
seeing
cause
as a
us any
major,
trouble.
political problem. And so
director
even
is
though
still
Cash
as
Patel
rigid as
is
ever.
a political problem because he functions like a
If you ask
partisan,
me,
which
he
is
might be
something we
just
haven't really
a
seen out of, well, not really, it's something we
special.
haven't seen out of an FBI director in the past. this could cause Republicans problems
At
down the
least for
line.
now, he
I think
is
what
on our
Republicans on the
side,
Hill
right?
tend to do is just sort of take these problems one at a time as they seem the most important for them to tackle from an internal political standpoint. We're no primary season, we don't want to get into unnecessary conflict with President Trump. I think it's really as simple and uncomplicated as that. And this is the kind of thing that will change in the FBI. May change after the midterm elections in a big way. I think it would change if the FBI were to be seen to have missed some major development, some major attack happens, something of that nature. But right now, that's not what Republicans see.
Ranger offers over 1 million high-quality products, from motors and belts to switches and sensors, helping maintenance engineers keep production lines moving. Call, click, or stop by. Ranger, for the ones who get it done.
Interestingly, Jake, you've got some reporting about things that are happening that aren't so loud among Republicans who appear to be breaking away from the president. And there are a lot of primaries that are already over, and Republicans who are now going to be facing constituents in a general election. Lay out what you're seeing, but put forward reporting.
More and more, Katie, Republicans are just ignoring Trump. He asks for things and they just kind of let it go. I mean, he's asked for, you know, the big headlines, $1 billion for this ballroom, which Republicans are cool too. He asked for the House to pass the Senate housing bill, which Republicans are not doing. He asked for a gas tax holiday, which I think they will ultimately do under pressure from the rank and file, but the leadership is really not eager to get that done. Just across the board on all of these issues, they're putting distance between themselves and Trump, whether they need to or not. And I think there's good reason